The stories about you circulate even in dimensions that shouldn't know your name. Frieza the Conqueror, Frieza the Emperor, Frieza who blew up his own soldiers for disappointing him, big reputation. And yet here you sit, same as me. Two predators in a room built for conversation instead of combat. Strange place for either of us to end up.
Your story is almost charming in its provincial scale. One valley, one scroll, one betrayal. My betrayal spans solar systems, but humiliation, it seems, requires no particular scale. Yours was simply more intimate. A family matter, really. Father denies son, tale as old as biology.
Shifu wasn't my father. He found me abandoned on the palace steps, took me in, trained me, told me every day that I was destined for the Dragon Scroll, that all my suffering had purpose. And then Ogwe looked into my eyes and said the darkness he saw disqualified me from everything I'd earned. One turtle's feeling outweighed 20 years of work. What's your excuse? Born with power, given an empire, still managed to lose it all to a low-class Saiyan who couldn't even read.
His irritating refusal to die is the issue. Planet Namek, I killed his best friend in front of him specifically to break his spirit. The bald one, Krillin, blew him apart from the inside while Goku watched. And instead of breaking, the monkey transformed. Golden hair, green eyes, power level beyond anything I'd calculated. My cruelty gave him exactly what he needed to surpass me. 20 years of training gave you nothing. 20 seconds of rage gave him everything. The universe rewards sentiment over discipline. Nauseating, but apparently true.
Pooh didn't need rage. The panda beat me with joy. Actual joy. He was excited to fight me. Excited. Like meeting a celebrity instead of facing death. Every technique I threw at him, he absorbed and giggled and asked if I had more. The Wuxi finger hold finished it. One finger. Shifu claimed only a true master could perform that technique. Po learned it by watching Shifu threaten me with it once. A week of training. One observation. And suddenly he's the Dragon Warrior. And I'm a cautionary tale. Mothers tell cubs to make them behave.
The Saiyans have a similar dynamic. Vegeta trained his entire life. Discipline, sacrifice, royal blood driving him toward perfection. And Goku surpassed him repeatedly through emotional breakthroughs and convenient power-ups. Vegeta earned nothing. Goku received everything. Your panda follows the same pattern. The universe apparently prefers protagonists over practitioners. Those of us who worked for our positions watch idiots stumble into power, because they wanted it the right way. Whatever that means.
Ogwe chose Po by accident. The panda fell from the sky at the exact moment the fireworks pointed at the selection ceremony, landed at Ogwe's feet, and the turtle said there are no accidents. Destiny. Fate. Cosmic nonsense that conveniently excused everyone from explaining why I wasn't enough. Shifu promised me that scroll from the moment I could walk, built my entire identity around deserving it. And then a turtle's feeling and a panda's clumsiness erased everything.
My father promised me nothing except the expectation that I wouldn't embarrass the family name. King Cold built the empire. I maintained it. Expanded it, actually. Planet trade was already profitable when I inherited it. I made it dominant. Entire civilizations surrendered at the mention of my name, rather than face what I'd done to civilizations that resisted. No scrolls, no ceremonies. Just results measured in planetary acquisitions and species extinctions. And somehow the monkey still beat me.
You destroyed planet Vegeta because of a prophecy. A Super Saiyan legend. Something that might happen someday if you let the monkeys keep breeding. So you killed millions to prevent a possibility. And 30 years later, the possibility found you anyway. Goku on Namek, turning gold. Proving the prophecy right by fulfilling it against the man who tried to prevent it. Ogwe saw darkness in me, and denied me the scroll to prevent that darkness from spreading. My rampage proved him right too. Prophecy is a trap. Act on it, create it. Ignore it, create it. The outcome never changes.
Bardock tried to warn them. Goku's father stormed my ship alone, screaming about visions of the future, threw one final attack at me, while I charged the blast that would destroy his world. I killed him first, let him watch his planet explode before the vacuum took him, and his son, an infant at the time, was already in a pod heading toward Earth. The one Saiyan I needed to kill was already beyond my reach before I even knew he existed. Fate, if you believe in such things.
Gom prison held me for 20 years. 1,000 guards, 1,000 steps, chains on every limb, suspended over a pit specifically designed to contain me. And I escaped using one feather. One feather from a messenger goose, dropped by accident, drifted close enough for me to grab. Ogwe's accidents again. The turtle would probably say the feather was destined to free me at exactly that moment, so Po could defeat me at exactly the right time for his development. My entire existence is set up for someone else's story.
Interesting framing. I always assumed I was the protagonist of my own empire. The PTO revolved around my decisions. Planets lived or died based on my mood. And then a monkey I'd never heard of from a planet I'd never visited became the center of everything. Namek. My wish for immortality, interrupted by his interference. My transformations, unveiled specifically to impress him. My death, delivered by his hands.
The dragon scroll was blank. Did anyone tell you that? The great secret of Kung Fu, the power Shifu promised me for 2 decades, was a reflective surface. Your own face looking back at you. The message there is no secret ingredient. Believe in yourself enough and the power comes. Po understood immediately, embraced the emptiness like it was a gift. Because for him, it was a gift. He never expected to be special. The scroll told him he already was. For me, the scroll was mockery. Decades of sacrifice reflected back as nothing. Emptiness where the answer should have been.
My equivalent was Golden Frieza. 4 months of training. First time in my life I'd ever actually worked at improvement. Natural talent had always been sufficient. 4 months produced a form that matched Goku's god-level transformations. And then I lost because I'd never learned to sustain the energy, stamina, endurance. Basic fundamentals that any serious martial artist masters in their first year. I had the power to kill Goku for approximately 90 seconds. After that, my golden form drained and he simply waited for me to weaken. 4 months wasn't enough to learn what your panda learned in a week. Patience.
Po has no patience. He just doesn't care about the waiting. Training with Shifu, he couldn't focus for 30 seconds unless food was involved. The Furious Five despised him initially, thought he was a joke, and he agreed with them. Laughed at himself, kept failing and kept trying anyway, because the failure didn't wound him the way it would wound someone who'd staked their identity on success. Losing meant nothing to Po. For me, losing was extinction.
Vegeta has a similar problem. The Saiyan Prince, always second to Goku, always chasing, always failing to close the gap. His identity depends on surpassing someone who doesn't even notice the competition. Goku trains for fun. Vegeta trains out of desperation. The desperation reads as intensity, but functions as limitation. Goku improves because he wants to. Vegeta improves because he needs to. Want apparently produces better results than need.
Shifu visited me in prison once, years into the sentence. Stood outside the chains and couldn't look at me. I asked if he was proud of what he created, if the warrior he'd built was impressive enough, even defeated and caged. He said nothing, walked away. 20 years of silence after that.
King Cold rebuilt me after Namek. Mechanical parts replacing what Goku's attacks had destroyed. He found my remains floating in space and spent resources bringing me back. Then we traveled to Earth together and a different Saiyan killed us both within 10 minutes of landing. Trunks, a boy from the future with a sword. Father and son, dead in the same afternoon, murdered by a teenager who hadn't even been born yet. My father's final contribution to my existence was dying beside me. Companionship in humiliation. The Cold family legacy.
Shifu adopted Po after defeating me. Trained him properly, gave him the attention and guidance he never gave me because now there was no pressure, no prophecy, no expectation that the student would become the Dragon Warrior. Po was already the Dragon Warrior. Shifu could just teach, just connect, without the weight of destiny crushing the relationship. My absence made their bond possible. My failure was the foundation their success was built on. Even in defeat, I'm still giving Shifu things I never received.
You had the dragon scroll in your hands and couldn't accept its emptiness. Both of us holding what we wanted and unable to recognize it. Perhaps that's the actual lesson. Not that we were denied power, that we couldn't accept the forms power actually takes. The scroll was blank. The mercy was real. Neither of us understood what we were seeing. Crazy how life works.